So I'm having a chat with Lizzie Esau. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, yeah, not too bad. You're here at Truck Festival.
Yeah.
How's your day been so far?
Honestly, it's been really good. Really, really fun. I'm like on a high right now because I've just come off stage. But there's a really, really big crash on the way in here.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone's okay because it was very big and a lot of roads are closed. So basically we got here very late, ran straight on stage, and that was that.
And good set.
So, and then it went so well.
Good.
So all fine,
Good,
Just
good.
a bit of a rush, but good.
Good. Now, the big news is that you've just released your debut EP. For those who haven't heard it yet, tell us a little bit about the release.
So it's called Deepest Blue. Brought it out just yesterday, and yeah, it's a bit sad, to be honest. It's a bit. Well, I think the music gives off kind of a lot of energy and has lots of different moods in it, but the overall kind of mood of the lyrics and the like subject matters is quite dark and quite real. It's just very honest. It's honest about like what goes on in people's minds and what goes on in life, and so that's the overview of it.
Good. And the sound that you've created on this EP, was it the plan to make that sound, or is it simply just how it turned out when you recorded it?
Yeah, I think I like to just let things happen, and obviously I sit and I kind of make the demos in this quite secluded environment, like quite on my own, is how they start, and then I bring them to the band, and and then they work on them, do their own parts and write their bits, and so it changes then the producer changes it, so it does evolve. It's not like I really want this sound, but then the odd time they'll be like, I'll make an intro and I'm like, I know exactly how I want that to be in the end. Sometimes you get that, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, good. Now, when it comes to the writing side of things, how do tracks normally start off for you? Is it a lyric, a melody, a riff? What works for you?
I think for me, a lot of the time, especially at the minute, I'm writing a lot just on Logic, just on my laptop and stuff. So I like to write over loops, like when I'm trying to come up with things that I think are going to be quite like hooky or something that I just feel like is going to catch people. I just try and write over loops. So I'll play in something or whatever, and then write lyrics over the top of a feeling. So normally the music comes first because I want some sort of feeling to like go off. But then the odd time, my phone's full of just notes of like random little things I want to say. So it can be both.
Yeah. Good. And when you go to record it, how do you work it in the studio between yourself and your band members? How does it kind of all come together?
I think it kind of just evolves quite naturally. Sometimes, like I say, we've got like a real plan, and sometimes it just comes about and just happens. But I think with this EP, all the songs on this one, I think it all happened quite naturally, but there was a real sense of the song in the demo. Like Lazy Brain, for example, has all these different like parts to it, like mad parts, really emotional parts, and then quite punchy bits to it. And I think that was kind of there in the demo, but then working with the producer and people who, the mixer that we had work on it, who we absolutely love, Ian Berryman, shout out. Also Steve, everyone, shout out to everyone. It was good people, and they really just like went with, I remember sending them like, this is the mood of that bit, it's the mood. And I didn't send any reference tracks, I was just like, just words, reference words. And they've really enhanced it. I think I'm in awe of all the work they do. I think that's good. I don't even know if I've answered the question, but
it'll do. It's fine.
Thank you.
Now, you'll want to be playing these tracks live, I'm sure. Now, you obviously hear this weekend, but what's the plan next for you?
I think next is, as soon as we've done all these shows, pretty much is back to studio stuff. So we've got loads of demos that we have, since we recorded the last one. So we've got a batch of new stuff already ready to go and be rehearsed and put in the set and stuff. So it's just going to be like working with a producer again and people to record the next lot of songs, which will be after the CP's sort of lifetime. So next year, like late this year, early next year, there'll definitely be new stuff. We've always got new stuff. So just the same cycle over and over again.
Good, yeah, absolutely. Now, as you're fairly new to the music industry, I'd like to know what made you do this in the first place.
I think for me it was just something that I just did, if you know what I mean. I didn't understand the industry at all.
Yeah.
I just like, since I was really, really little, I loved making up little rhymes or like just singing. Me and my sister would sing all the time. My dad's in a band. It was very musical. It was very creative. My mum does like art and stuff. So there was just no way I wasn't gonna do something artsy or whatever. So yeah, I think it was just all around, and then I started doing it really, really little, and I just loved it, and there was nothing else I wanted to do. I'd look at people on stage, look at tour videos, or listen to stuff, and I'd be like, that's all I want to do. But then it's only in the last few years, working with my manager, working with the band, and actually being sort of in the industry, still really early on, that I've, it's tough.
Yeah.
and I think if I knew it all, I still 100% would do it, but I don't think you ever go into it knowing all of this, because you'd be like, oh my god, that's hard.
And you must have some aspirations and things you want to achieve. What's the one thing that you really have to do?
The one thing. I don't know if I can pick one. I really, really, really... Just festivals are the best, and I just want to keep being able to do this. It's such a good opportunity, especially for smaller bands, to get, in front of people. So, I mean, Glastonbury, the biggie. The big one. That would be really cool. But apart from that, if I can pick two, I really want to put out an album, but it has to be the right time.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Well, Lizzie, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks
having
for
a chat with you.
speaking to me.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.